What's up YouTube, Dale here for wargames, bringing you a different type of video. So there's been a couple of talks about questions about fake cards, real cards, how to tell the difference between the two. So what I'm going to be doing is I've got a small handful of fake cards here, and then I've got the real versions up here, and I'll take you through the differences and comparisons and kind of what you need to be looking out for so that you don't get caught with a fake card, or you know, fake cards are getting better now, but they still aren't obviously tournament legal. So if you go to a tournament and unknowingly play with a fake card and then get found out, it will be you that pays the price. So this is just to help you guys kind of know the signs to look out for, and to always double check what card you get, what card you buy, and try and always see the physical card itself before purchase. So without further ado, I will crack straight on. So we'll start off with my obvious favourite card, and that is Dark Magician. So, as you can see, the one on the right is the fake one, and the one on the left is the real one. Now we'll go through a couple of pointers as to why each one is what they are, and then we'll kind of explain it as we go along. So, we'll start off, obviously, as you can see, the shading is kind of different. Now, sometimes that's not always the case, because we do get different prints for different countries because of the type of inks that are used. But we will start with the font. Now, the font, maybe this is in gold because it's ultra. Either way, there are common Dark Magicians, so it can still be in black. But what you've got to see is the font. The style of font on the ultra and on the fake card it's a little bit more italic, and it's a bit more standout. Now, obviously, that's not always going to be the giveaway, but it is something first to look at. Secondly, you've got the attributes in the top right-hand corner. Sometimes they are done a little bit differently. If the camera will focus, you'll be able to see the differences. Obviously, the one on the right is a little bit more bolder with the thickness of the attribute, and on the left, it's a little bit more clearer. Then, if you look at the stars as well, the one on the real one, they actually look like circle. They have like a spheric kind of look, whereas on the one on the right, they're a bit more flat, a bit bigger as well. Now onto the artwork. Obviously the artwork is pretty much identical. The fake one is a little bit more faded and a little bit more blurry closer up, purely because the way it's been printed. Second up, these are the most important bits here. So where the one on the right says first edition, what you've got to remember is first edition card always have gold squares in the bottom right hand corner. So when it's unlimited, which means there's no first edition logo, it's silver. Now, if you look at the fake one, it's got a first edition print, but it's actually a silver logo. That will never happen, which means this is clearly the fake. They've kind of got the codes on the bottom exactly right, because that is pretty much how it works. You've also got to look at the font in the text box as well. That kind of gives it away. The other one is the codes on the right hand side right here. So you've got SDY006, and then you've got GB1 018. You can always check those codes online and see if they pop up through a search on eBay or anything like that, and you'll kind of be able to tell you whether they're real or fake, and if the codes exist or not. Now, obviously, the older prints of cards didn't have, usually you'll get like EN for English or IT for Italian, which I can show you on our next card. So that's just a quick look on just the basics throughout the Dark Magician. Now I'll bring you the Cyber Dragon. Now again, straight up you can see the font's a little bit different, the colour's a little bit faded. Again, this one has first edition with a silver logo, whereas this one has limited edition, which also counts as a gold logo as well. Everything else is pretty similar, but if you actually look, machine is spelt wrong. It's actually machining. So you've got ING rather than INE. So that's a good giveaway already. The attribute is clear to see as well. And then what I'll do when I take this Cyber Dragon out of the sleeve is we'll take a look at the backs. They are very, very close, but the one on the right is obviously a lot darker and more reddish than the one on the left, which is obviously the real one. So that is also a thing to look out for, is the back of the cards, because sometimes they can be a massive giveaway. So you've got to look for, so far, the breakdown of the first edition and the logo in the bottom right corner is your main giveaway. And then always check the spellings and stuff like that. Sometimes they are misprints, like Chaos Emperor Dragon, but 9 times out of 10, it's probably because they're not real. Next up, I'll show you a quick Obelisk the Tormentor. Now, the one on the right, let's see if I can hit the sun. You can see it's got like a little pattern going through it, those little circles. Now, that's pretty cool, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's real. It has like a thin layer of shiny plastic on top of it, as you can see the way it reflects. Now OCG cards have something like this, but TCG don't. Again, it's GB1, and the font is completely different in the boxes below, and the stars, the attribute. Even this on this attribute is actually missing Divine as well. So on some of the newer cards it actually does say Divine, the type of card it is, and then the artwork you can see isn't as potent as the one on the left. Okay, so speaking of artwork, I'll bring you this one here. You can see the one on the right, even though the artwork is awesome, it is completely different and wrong for the card. I'm not saying that because a card has different artwork than the one you see on means it's fake, because we do get like alternate arts and stuff like that. However, with the artwork, you've got to imagine this. If you're putting out a product, you want the artwork to be pristine as possible. You want it to be clear, not blurry, not faded, not anything. So if you actually look at this one a lot closer, it does look okay on camera, but when you actually see it, it's a lot faded. It looks like it has been printed at a low resolution, which again clearly shows that the card is not real. I mean, you can tell by the one on the left that it is pristine. You could see every little bit of detail you possibly wanted, whereas on this one, some of the stuff gets lost in faded shadow and stuff like that you can't really see. And then again, right at the bottom here, it says best 2005. This is if there has an expiration date. And then you've got the gap here, right at the bottom, the gap between the 14500 and defense. They've obviously spaced it wrong. That needs to go over 1. Whereas you can see there's clear space in between the attack and defense. Another artwork similarity, again, you can see with the summon skull on the right, and the real one on the left. And again, this one is best 2005. Okay, so sometimes it's not always the artwork that is wrong, but it can also be the name. So the name on this one, Withdrawing of Magic Power and Magic Drain. Obviously the real one is Magic Drain on the left. Artwork is spot on. If that didn't say first edition, let's just imagine that didn't say first edition. We're just trying to show the comparisons between the two. So there's a couple of giveaways already in the logo and stuff like that, but the main giveaway is the name. Sometimes you'll also find that the effects are more drawn out. They're longer than they should be, or they're poorly worded. They're worded more in a someone who doesn't know Yu-Gi-Oh has written the text out. So that can also be a giveaway as well, even though the effect kind of is the same outcome. It's just really long worded. And then again, you can see on these codes here where it says EN017 and this one says EN028. So it's got better because it's English, obviously, but the name is a huge giveaway and killer for the card. And sometimes the effect can be completely wrong. So, obviously the fake one on the right, its effect reads, "This monster swoops down and attacks with a rain of knives stored in its wings." That is definitely not what polymerization does. So sometimes that can be a huge giveaway. So you've always got to remember that. And another note as well, if first edition isn't up here, I think from 2015 they started printing first edition down in the bottom as well. So don't worry, just look there and there and you should be able to find it. But yeah, sometimes the card effect can be absolutely nowhere. Now I'm bringing you two cards just as a last kind of, just to show you how funny some of the fake cards can be. So you've got Elemental Hero Thunder Giant, which is actually the wrong name for the card. So you check this up online, check out what Elemental Hero Thunder Giant is. It's definitely not this artwork. So yeah, you've got to always watch out for this. And this one I think is quite funny as well. E-Hero Shining Phoenix Guy. So it's just to kind of show that, you know, sometimes they just go and try and make it up on the spot. So the names can always be quite funny, but they'll always be different. Anyway, that is it. Just a video for you guys to keep out of, to kind of get between reals and fakes, and kind of see the difference so you don't get caught. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. If you want any more tip videos like this, then please give us a shout, and we'll see what we can make and put together for you. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.